I guess first question is how Christian is doing.
Yeah, he's doing okay. Was able to get scans, and the feedback that we get, it's going to be a couple weeks. I think maybe after 2-3 weeks, there's an evaluation if at that stage we'll be ready to go. But it's not going to be anything shorter than that. We don't imagine, and it's just an injury that's kind of at the top of the foot, and we think all things considered, it's something that we can manage.
So it's not the ankle, it's the foot.
It's a little bit of both. It's kind of in like the top of the foot, ankle area. But by no means am I an expert in that world, but as we understand it, it's just a little bit of an area that just kind of got almost sprained.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not a fracture.
No.
Yeah. All right. So it'll be a little bit.
It'll be 2-3 weeks, and we're hoping that's the timeline, and we hope that we can get him back as safely as possible.
And that takes you into the June period where there's only a few games.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be into June, I would imagine.
So what do you do now without your big man up top?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've said this before, and I mean this. If we want to do what we want to do in 2025, then Christian Benteke needs to be a big part of that. That said, I mean, teams throughout our league have different injuries that they incur throughout the year, sometimes to players that are of the status of Christian Benteke, DP players. And now we have to find solutions. And so to answer your question, my expectation, like we've seen in the past, in my year and a half here, we've had different times where Christian has been out of the team, and the likes of Jacob Murrow have stepped up. Now we have Peglo, and he's had some good games for us. He's coming back into fitness himself. Jose Kojima has been someone that stepped up and scored goals. There's different guys, Jared Stroud, that have scored goals for us and have been productive. So we're going to need those guys to step up. Dominique Badji, when he gets healthy, he's another couple weeks away. But we have to figure out solutions, and that's part of the job. It's not to belittle someone of Christian stature being out of the team. That's going to make it challenging. But we faced challenges before, and we have to find solutions.
Is Peglo available for tomorrow? Or?
He will be. Yeah, he will be.
So he'll travel for it?
Yes, he will. Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's
It'll be good to have him back in the team.
right. And what's Perron's situation?
He's recovering pretty well. I'd say next week he should be in training. I hope that's the goal, and we'll take it from there.
And is he still out away for personal reasons?
No. He's back now.
He's back.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
back in the building. Yep.
All right. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
No, Lucas Magnon's still a little ways away, but doing well though.
Right. Okay. Good. Any observations from Wednesday that you now apply and carry over to a difficult away game?
Yeah, I mean the biggest observation is I think Luis Peraza was fantastic. It was great to see him get Team of the Week. I think he definitely deserved that, earned that. And what we want to do is just limit the opponent's chances, though. I think New York City, what we look at is Nashville has the same attacking caliber, and they've been very, very good this year. I think they're extremely well coached and well organized, and they're in good form. So we have to tighten up because we can't give away, especially away from home, we can't give away as many opportunities. And I think we've done a better job of that in the last few weeks. And then hopefully we can generate a little bit more ourselves on the opposite side.
Just before I throw it to Dave, I know you spoke just now on Luis a little bit, him getting team of the match day. How important, not just as a player, but as a leader in that back line, has he been over the last few games that he's been starting? Can you speak a little bit on that?
Yeah, we get to see that every day in training. I mean, he's just a guy that is very, very competitive. When he speaks, I think people listen, and he's always trying to provide constructive information, and so you could see that in match. He has a good way to be able to connect with not only his back line but his midfielders as well, and I think the guys are feeling a lot of confidence in him. I said this early on, we have a good goalkeeping core. June had some very good matches for us. He's very young, talented. Luis has shown his experience and had a good few weeks now. You're talking 7-8 matches for him now. And then Jordan Farr. I mean, Jordan Farr has been fantastic in the goalkeeping core and made us better as well. So we feel really strong about that unit.
And then we'll throw it to Dave Johnson on Zoom.
Dave, you there?
Yeah, I guess I should unmute myself. The other night in the postgame, you were talking about, you have playmakers. And obviously, Peglo coming back adds to that. As you look to create more opportunities, certainly than happened on Wednesday. What are you looking from those playmakers to have more boldness, more freedom, or what are you looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I think like when I think about playmakers, I think that when they recognize where the time and space is on the field, and they're active, they're available at that moment. So I think many times the other night we were able to break the first line. I said this in the post match, and then as we looked at progressing into to the next line and start to pick up speed, maybe the activity in front wasn't quite as high, and it's a little bit more difficult whenever there's not as many numbers high up the field. But that's for us to be able to help provide a solution for the players that are in the front line, or maybe are wing backs if we're playing in a 5. But the way that should look is how Randall looked in the first half whenever he's coming across and he's able to link up with Aaron Herrera. It goes Aaron to Randall, and then Randall through to Christian Benteke. I mean, this is the type of playmaking that we want to see more of from our 10s. And we have guys, as I said in the post-match, we have guys that are more than capable of doing that. We just have to get them on it more often.
And to create that more activity in the final third, I think you mentioned, you put another forward and add somebody else in midfield, or what does that look like in your mind so you do have more activity in that final third?
Yeah, I would say on the whole this year, Dave, it's not been an issue. I mean, we get inside the opponent's box probably like the 6th or 7th most in the league, so we're there. We need to be more efficient when we are there, that's for sure. And I think as we look at the last couple matches against Toronto and New York City, it's been less so. So I think it probably is a little bit of a recency bias of these 2 matches versus the entire season. But I like how we progress the ball and how we get into the opponent's box, how we create many opportunities on goal. We need to convert more of those, that's for sure. And we need to increase the frequency over the last two matches.
Well, you're one of the leaders in corner kicks in the league. You mentioned Nashville is in good form. What should we know about them, and why do you say they're in good form?
Yeah, I mean, one more time, really well coached. BJ, I have a lot of respect for, admiration for. You can see they have a clear understanding of their identity and what they're trying to do. And I think they've gotten the likes of Sam Surridge, Hani Mukhtar, and their central midfield core, along with their 10s, honestly. They've gotten all these guys involved in the right spots and made them feel more confident to be able to do what they do best. And so that's obviously the job of any coach, but it's a lot easier to say than do. And BJ's done really well getting those guys into good form. And this is what we have to try to stop on the weekend, because we can see how powerful they are whenever they get going.